I was told reliably, Kane, by our moral betters. You know, those people that work at the New York Times and all this other stuff. We were told by these people that, hey, it's going to be Trump that gets us in all the wars. Do you remember when he called, oh my gosh, what's that short stack lunchbox down there? Kim Jong-un. Yeah, the son of the other short stack lunchbox. Remember when he called him like a Rocket Man or something, and then everyone said, oh my gosh, Trump's insulting world leaders. He's going to get us in a war, all the wars. We're going to be in the wars. I was told that we were all going to die in all the wars that Trump was into. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I look on social media. And I had, there's always some trust fund socialist out there on their latest iPhone contraption going, you Trumpkins, you maggots. They thought they were so clever. It's so sad. It's the summation of their lives. You maggots are supporting a tyrant who's going to get us to all these wars. Okay, all right. I see how you're wrong, but okay. We didn't get into any of the wars, Kane, did we? Did we get into a war that I just don't know about? Did we have a long nap, Rumpelstiltskin style?
Not a single war. It's weird.
So then last night, I'm just doing my stuff. I'm getting stuff ready for the newsletter to send out to you guys, right? Like I'm doing the newsletter, I'm getting it ready, I'm getting it, prepped to send out. I'm looking over some pieces from some of our contributors on the newsletter because I'm trying to focus on doing bigger deep dives for you. And so to free up time to do some really long deep dives, we got some contributors writing some other pieces. Lorraine's been doing a good job. We got a couple other contributors that have joined up. And I've been working on this thing on 2024, and I see this story. And at first I thought, nuh-uh, there's no way. There's no way this has been happening. No. Because it had to do with the reservists and Operation, what is it? Atlantic Resolve. Right? Now I have it on my rundown with all the little siren emojis. It's the only time I ever use an emoji. It says, Biden signs order to call up 3,000 troops for Operation Atlantic Resolve in Europe. Now, we were reliably informed that this is not, he's not going to get us in any kind of wars. This seems weird. And I know what I know and I know what I don't. So I was asking some friends of mine. I'm like, how weird is this? That he's calling up some of these reservists because, if you're calling up some reservists to do, maybe that's one thing. Am I reading too much into it? What my friends were telling me was that it was the type of reservists that were being called up. Like these are the dudes that have recently retired, like within the past 2 years. And so that's a little different. And I think the last time that was done, they were kind of going back and forth on it. It was like Reagan, essentially. Out of the 3 people that I asked, 2 of them said it was under Reagan. The other one, full disclosure, was like, I think it may have been, but I'm not sure. So that's a little bit different. It's designated as a contingency operation. And this is according to the Joint Staff Director for Operations, Lieutenant General Douglas Sims. This all happened late yesterday. Very convenient. They knew. Y'all are going on vacation. Y'all are doing stuff. Maybe you're going on vacation. Maybe you're doing a nice little staycation at home. You're getting out the barbecue. You're getting stuff ready. They knew. So, I'm looking at this. I'm like, this is interesting. This piece from the Daily Caller. And Lorraine had noted this as well, who also runs the YouTube discussion. I thought this was funny. It says Biden escalates the U.S. military response to Ukraine war by authorizing the activation of 3,000 reserve troops. Now, they're very careful with their language on this. They say, well, we have some there already. We have some boots on the ground there already. So what we're not sending new troops in. That's silly. We're simply augmenting what we have there. Okay, We're augmenting what we have there. Kane? Yeah. If you're augmenting something that exists,
Right.
define that for the folks out there.
I mean, imagine some sort of, change or manipulation or.
If you're augmenting, are you adding something or taking something
Oh, no,
away?
no. Yeah, you're definitely adding it.
Okay. Interesting.
It's definitely different than the original.
Yeah. And so the augmentation, it's the individual reservists. And as I was saying, those are the people that have recently retired, but they also have this, a caveat to their retirement. They also have this window where they can be called back up into service. And those are the people that's the order that was given. So that's what's incredibly interesting to me. That's what sticks out, and that's what all of my friends are saying is incredibly different about this. Now, Operation Atlantic Resolve, and I'm going to get into that, but I just want to nail down what, the order that the president did, and then I want to give you a little history on Operation Atlantic Resolve, because one of the things that you're going to be coming up against when you're seeing commentary on this, or you're seeing the headlines pass, or cable news, whatever, is that the excuse is, well, it's, that's an operation that's been going for a long time, so I don't know why everyone's freaking out now. Well, that's not a justification. It's an incredibly different, piece on this. It's very different. So we're going to talk about that. But the big thing is that it's the type of reservist, but I love how we're being told, well, it's, it's an augmentation, guys. That makes it incredibly different. It's an augmentation that makes it different. We're just augmenting some things. That's like saying, when I was in Italy, I was in Italy for 10 days, you guys know, because you miss me greatly. And I was like, I already had a portion of gelato today. I think I'm the only person that lost almost 10 pounds that went to Italy. Ate like a fat man. I ate like a 600-pound dude. I am not joking you. I lost 10 pounds because you walk everywhere. I swear, hands to sky, I lost like 8 pounds walking everywhere. Ate like mad, like massive things of pasta. Y'all, I had gelato 3 times a day. I am not even lying to you. 3 times a day I had gelato. Everything. And I walked everywhere and lost about damn 10 pounds. There went my whole get fat and have natural filler, plan going into Italy. Anyway, which is the only way I would do it. Anyway, so I'm like, I would augment, Kane. I had some gelato a little earlier. I had some limon gelato a little earlier. And I'd be like, you know what? I feel like I need to augment the portion that I had. So what do? I augmented by getting more. Words have meanings. I felt like we all learned this when we were in elementary school. But apparently, I guess, some of the geniuses in the White House and DOD skipped this. And the Pentagon skipped this. So if you're augmenting the existing number, you're adding more to it. Okay, so that's the big aspect to this. They're not additional forces. I mean, this is forces that, we're augmenting what we have there. You're sending more people. That was a direct quote, by the way. You're sending more people. That's what that means. I tell you what, I can't even deal with this. These people are driving me nuts. Slap some people. It's in the world. So Operation Atlantic Resolve, this has been going on since 2014 with the initial invasion into Ukraine by Russia. This is the Donbas region. You know that there's a couple of different areas over there that have been the authority and by which they operate has been contested. And there's a significant portion of people that say, no, we're Russian. Ukraine says, no, you're Ukrainian, etc. I think that what people need to realize is Russia's taken Crimea, and that's the end of it. Let's just move from there. That's the end of it. But I almost sent a super sassy post last night because I was reading, just some of the spin on this. Because we've spent so back in April of 2014, we already sent a number of military members. not a major force, but a number to show that we were committed to our Baltic, the Baltic area and some of our NATO members there. We sent some to Poland, we sent some to Latvia, to Lithuania, to Estonia. We were just conducting some military exercises. Latvia is a beautiful country. We're just conducting some military exercises. And it was in response to this annexation of the Crimean Peninsula. Now, it wasn't done, the stickler here, it wasn't done as a NATO action. It was just, a bilateral basis with these nations, right? So now we have these additional ones that we're sending over there. Does that look like an escalation to you? This old fart is going to just fall up the stairs and get us into World War III. And let me tell you something. This is part of the sassiness, because I was full of fire last night. So I purposely stayed offline, because I was in, again, roid rage. I was in rare form. I'm like, if you have this guy, if you have the Biden administration that falls up the stairs and walks us into World War III and sends our spouses, our sons and daughters to go and fight for a foreign entity over a land dispute that doesn't involve us, you are going to see major swaths of the American people become more ungovernable than you could have ever imagined.